Hello and welcome to my YouTube channel. Today I'm going to show you how to create WordPress website. Remember, in the last video we did part 1. So today we are going to continue with the development of our website, and in this video I'm going to focus on plugins, how we are going to use plugins to enhance the appearance of our website. So please stay tuned, and if you are new to this channel, don't forget to subscribe, like, comment and share, because by so doing we'll be helping in maintaining and developing of this channel. So this is how we want our website to appear. Let me put it at 100%. So this is how we want our website to appear. So I'll take you through all the steps that you will have to follow for you to be able to create a website that looks like this. So I'll go back to WordPress, then I will reset all the settings here so that we can start afresh. So I've reset all the settings that are there. That is in my theme options. So we are going to make edits or make changes to our website, basically using this avatar theme and all the options that come with it. So let us see, after resetting all the options, how our website will look like. But let's ensure we don't close this, so I will duplicate it. Then I stop this from, I will stop this from running. Okay. So let this one come here like that. So this is how our website will appear after resetting all the changes that we have made to it. So we go back to theme options and start again or start afresh. So we want to first set the colors of our website. So the primary color, we want to change it from green to something else. Let us pick a color here. So let us ensure we copy this color code, because whenever we want to use this color, we'll have to maintain the same color code. So we are setting this to a shade of blue. Then we save changes. Okay, our changes are saved. Can keep checking to see if the changes have been effected. Not yet, but let us continue making changes. So that is about the colors. Next, we want to look at the header. So I will go straight to header styling, because I don't want us to make or to use any image on the header. So let us give it 100% width. We put it on so that our image that we use as a logo in the header will be able to spread 100% or to cover 100% of the width. Then background color of the header, we leave it at white. Then archive header background color still remains white. Then we can save the changes. Okay, changes are now saved. Next, we want to go to the sticky header. Sticky header, as I said in the previous video, means that whenever you are scrolling a page, that is in case the content that is available is more than the size of the display, then this header will not scroll. It will be fixed to a particular point at the top of the page, so that it does not scroll. The benefit of this is that sometimes, or in most cases, you will want to see your menu or menu items even when you scroll to the very end of the page, so that you can be able to navigate easily to other pages or other sections of the website without scrolling back upwards. So that is the goodness of having a sticky header. So we'll turn it on here. Then if you want it to appear on tablets, we can still turn it on here. This is your choice. If you want it to remain sticky on mobile phones and so on, we can still turn it on. But for now, let us turn it on for desktops or for computers only. So once we are done with that, ensure you save your changes. Okay, now we are done. The next thing we are going to do is to edit the main menu. So under menu, we select main menu. How do we want it to appear? It is bar. So let us leave it at that. Then I want us to go to main menu indicator, main menu drop down indicator. So we can put parent child. I'll show you how it appears. So if we refresh here, we can see that is how it appears. Okay, you are free to test all these options and see which one appeals to you or to the organization whom you are developing the website for. So we can choose either of these options, maybe say parent, and see how it appears. If we are satisfied, we can leave it there. So that is how it appears. As you can see, it is showing these arrows, just the same way it is indicated here. So basically that's how it will appear. Then the next thing I want us to do is to set the main menu drop down background color. What does this mean? This means when you, for those menus that have items below them or items attached to them, like in this case About Us has history and location. So this is what we are referring to as the drop down menu. This is also a drop down menu under media. So we want to set the color for this drop down menu. So we go here, we want to make it the same color as the one we set for the theme. So it is the same shade of blue. So the next thing is main menu drop down background hover color. Hover color means when you pass a cursor over the item, how does this background, or how will this background look like? So we want to make this one to be this is a shade of sky blue. So that is how it will appear. Then the separator color, separators are these ones. Let me show you these lines that are separating the various menu items. So we want to set it to white. Then the next thing we are going to do is to set a font for our menu. It's called menus typography. This is how the fonts will appear when you load your website. So we can choose a font family here, whichever will appeal to us. So let us just pick one from here. Say we are interested in Arizona. Arizona was here, Arizona. Then we want the font weight to be, this one only has normal. We want the font size to be 18. We want the font size to be 18. Then the font color will be white. The font color will be white. Then the next thing is main menu font hover color. Like when we pass a mouse over a menu item, what color does the font show? So we want it to be this blue or shade of blue, sky blue. The main menu drop down font color. Like for the drop down menus, these ones, which font color do we want these items to have? So this is what we are setting here. We want it to be white. Then main menu drop down font size, we want this font size to be 15, the font of the drop down menu items. Then we can save changes, then refresh here and see if the changes have been effected. Yes, there we are. But as you can see, because the background color is the same as the font color, that's why some items are not appearing. But don't worry about that. We are going to adjust these settings to ensure that the background is a different color from the forecolor. So we are done with the main menu. The next thing we are going to do is to set a logo for our menu. Not for our menu, but for our website. We want to set a logo. So we click on logo. Then we can go through the options. So we want the logo or our logo to be center aligned. Then margins, we can leave it the way it is. Then it doesn't have a background. So our default logo, I want us to remove this Avada logo. Then we will upload our own logo. We will upload our own logo. So in the media library, I've added these pictures or these images that we'll use in our website. If you want to add an image or any file to your website or to your project, you go to upload files, then select files. Then whenever you find your file, like if this is what I want to add, then you just open. Then it will be available in your media library for use in your website. So as you can see, it is here. So if I want to use it, I'll just select it then, or I'll check it here then select. But I don't need this one now, so I will delete it. These are how you delete items from the media library. So I want to use this image. This is how it appears here. This is how it appears here. So I want to use this image as my logo. So I will select it. As you can see, it is here. So this is the default logo. I want to create or to use the same image as the Retina default logo, like that. Then I want to use the same image as the sticky logo. And there we are. I want to use the same image as the Retina sticky default logo. So, or header logo. So that's how it will appear. But for the mobile logo, I want to use a different image because the mobile phone doesn't have a big enough screen to display this kind of image, because as you can see, this is like a banner, so it will not display well on a mobile phone. But if you choose an image like this one, then it will display properly on a mobile device. I want to use the same image here for the Retina mobile logo. Then I will save the changes. I will save the changes. Before we go to the website to check, there is something else called favicon. This is the image that shows in a tab when you open your website or web application. So like here, this is a favicon, but we don't want this. We want to use a favicon that resembles the icons of our organization or the colors of our organization. So under favicon, we will select the favicon. I want to use this image as the favicon, so I select it. So I use the same image for iPhone, Apple iPhone Retina, icon upload, and Apple iPad. We will use the same images. Select the same images there. So we can save changes. Then refresh and see. So as you can see, the favicon has changed to whatever we selected. Then we have a logo here that we added. That is our custom logo that we created. So ensure you have a logo or a banner that will fit well in your website. Then the next thing we are going to do, there is something I forgot. We will go to layout. We want to change, not layout as such. We'll go to header. We'll go to header and pick a header layout that is more appealing than the one that is currently there. So I want us to use this header, the one that I've selected. Then, so header content 1 will be contact info. This is also up to you to choose which item will appear in the header content. So the header content 1 is whatever is appearing here at the top of this header here. So we can choose either to place social links, to place navigation, those are menu items, or leave it empty, or contact info, which is in this case the default. Then header content 2 will be navigation by default. We want to change this message here to call us on. Then we put our phone number 07, something like that. Then remember we had an email address, say testweb.com, put the valid email address. Then save the changes. We can refresh. So as you can see, the changes have been made. Let us go back to layout. We want our layout to be boxed. We don't want it to occupy the whole screen the way it is, so it will be boxed. what we are going to do here is to save the changes. Then we can refresh our site and see. Now that is how it appears. That is how it will be appearing. We are still going to make changes to this menu bar to make it visible, so don't worry about this. So the next thing, we go back to header. Let us do some more styling on the header. Header top background color is the one that is appearing here. So we want this to be the sky blue shade. Save. Let's see. Okay, there we are. The next thing or the next item we are going to look at is the page title bar. The page title bar. This is what I'm referring to. This area here is what we are referring to as the page title bar. So we want it to have 100% width, so we turn it on. Then we want it to have a height of 27 pixels, because as it appears here, it's occupying a lot of space which is not needed. So we will reduce its size from 87 pixels to 27 pixels. Page title background color, we can use some shade of sky blue again. Then we skip the border. Then font color, we can give it the dark blue shade. Then alignment, it can remain default. Then I want us to remove this background image. Then we can save changes and see. You can save changes and see how it appears. Yes, as you can see, it's now appearing a bit small or proportionate to the content or the items that are there. So it looks good now. Next thing is for us to go to the next item. Which is breadcrumbs. When we talk about breadcrumbs, we refer to this section that shows the current page that you are at. Like here, it is the home page. So this is what you are referring to as the breadcrumb. So if we want to make changes, or we can still use this section to make changes. If you don't want to have breadcrumbs, still well and good, you can select none. If we don't want it to appear on the mobile phones, we can put this one on, and so on. Text color can also be changed, maybe to something else if we are not happy with this one. Say for example, we want it to have the shade of dark blue. Then the hover color turns to white when we pass a cursor over it. Then we can save. Try to refresh. So this is how it will appear. Next, we are going to go back to the menu first and ensure this main background is appearing well, such that it does not make the menu items invisible. So to set the background color for this menu bar, so as to ensure that the menu items are visible, we will go back to the menu, then main menu, then under main menu background color for header 4 and 5, we select or we set the dark blue shade as our color. Save. Then let us try to refresh and see if the color will appear here. So refresh. Okay, as you can see, the color is now appearing very well. So after that, I want us to go to the footer. As you can see, the footer here is black. We also need to customize or to edit the copyright text or the footer text. So we want the color of the footer to be the same as the color of the top menu here. So we are going to change this from black to the sky blue shade. So now that we are done with the menu and the logo and the title bar, we'll go to the footer. So not sidebar but footer. Yes, footer is here. So footer content, let us start from the top. So footer widgets are turned on automatically, so we leave it there. The next item is sender footer widgets content. We turn it on. Then the next thing is for us to send the copyright content. We turn it on. Then the last thing under footer content is for us to change these copyright texts to our preferred text. So in this case, I want us to remove this text and put this. So just call it text web, like in this case. Then we are going to change this powered by text to Nasi Tech Solutions. Then we can leave it there. Save changes. The next thing is for us to do the footer styling. Let us start from the top. 100% footer width, we can turn it on. Then footer background color here, we want to set it to the sky blue shade. Then we leave the border size. Border color, we can set it to white. Vertical divider line, can set it to 2. Then footer widget divider color can be white. Then copyright background color, we can set it to the dark blue shade. Then copyright border color can remain black, or we can set it to white. Then the font color can remain as it is. Font size, color, and the other font settings can remain as they are. Footer font color, we can set it to white. Footer link color, we can set it to the shade of dark blue that we are using in our website. Then up to there, we have the hover color. We have the hover color, link hover color, how the link will appear when we pass a cursor over it. We can use the sky blue shade. then save. Then let us refresh and see how our website now appears. As you can see, it is appearing nice, but the vertical divider lines in the widgets are not visible, possibly because we chose a color that is the same as the background color. So we can go back and change. We can go back and change the color. So as not this one. So we have this section, footer widget area vertical divider line. So if we turn this on and save, you realize that when we refresh here, we'll have vertical divider lines added to the footer widget area. So as you can see, they are now visible, and our website is now coming to shape. You can see the footer copyright section is now appearing. Now we are done with the main layout of our website. The next thing we are going to do is to now edit the pages. And the only page we are going to edit here, is the home page. We are going to add this slider. Then we are also going to add another drop-down menu for the media, that is photo gallery and downloads. Then we are going to add a contact us page. So let us go to pages. Let us go to pages and add those pages first. So all pages. So the first thing I'm going to do is to remove these pages so that we can add them with you. We have the photo gallery, we have the contact us and the downloads pages. So I select them like that, then I trash. Trash them. Did I trash all? Okay, let's go back to all and see. So I want to trash downloads, photo gallery, these two. Already the and the contact us. So we have downloads, photo gallery, and contact us. I want to trash this, so I go to bulk options, then move to trash and apply. That means I'm deleting them so that they are no longer available in my site. Please also note that I already trashed the default pages that come with the website or WordPress, that is privacy policy and sample page. So if you for example delete a page by mistake, you can go to trash, then select whichever page you deleted by mistake, just check, then you can go to bulk options, restore, and apply. That is how you restore a page that you deleted by accident. So back to all pages, we have the three that we had in the last website, or the last part of the website that we were creating. So I want us to add, first before we add, I want us to edit the home page. I want us to edit the home page. So just close this. So as you can see, there is a slider that I had added here. There's a slider here which I want us to delete. Then we will add a new one with you. So for us to add a slider, first we have to create it. There is a plugin that we were installing in the last video called Fusion, not Fusion, but Smart Slider. It's called Smart Slider. As I told you earlier on, if you want to add a plugin to your website, you just go to plugins. Just go to plugins, then add new. Then you search and ensure you have internet connection. Like in this case, I don't have internet connection, so I cannot add online. But if you have internet connection, you just search the name of the slider if you are sure with the name of the slider that you are looking for. Or if you are not sure, you just want to find any slider, just search slider. Then it will search online, then bring you all the list of sliders that are available. Then from the list you can select one, install, and then activate. So I already have this slider installed. It is called Fusion, not Fusion but Smart Slider. So it is here, Smart Slider. It is here. As you can see, it is active. So this is the slider we are going to use to implement sliding images in our website, like the one we have here. So we will open the Smart Slider. As you can see, after installing and activating the Smart Slider, it will appear in the main menu or in the sidebar of our WordPress. So you just click on Smart Slider like that. Then you create a new project. As you can see, this is the one that I had used. So we can move it to trash so that we create another one afresh with you. So just go to new project, then select new project. Then whatever we want to do is to create a slider. So the project type is slider, then slider type is a symbol slider. As you can see, there are some other features that are available but they are disabled because we are using a free version of the slider. As you can see here, we have carousel. This one is disabled because, as you can see here, you have to get the pro or professional version of the slider for you to be able to use this feature. Same to showcase, but for this case the symbol slider will serve the purpose. So we will name it my slider. We'll name it my slider. What size do we want it to be? We want it to be 1200 pixels width. Then I want us to reduce this height to something like 200. We don't want it to be too long, so we reduce it to 200. Then we create So once we get here, we will be adding images to this slider. Remember, it's an image slider, so we will be adding images to this slider. So how do we add images to our slider? We just click on the images. We just click on the image, like now this one. Then when we get these options here, we select image. In my gallery, I've already uploaded some images which I specifically made for this particular slide. So I can select all the images that I want. These are images that are already available in my gallery. If you have images outside your gallery, you can still select, then add them. There's another option of dragging and dropping images onto this particular area. So for example, if I have images here, for example here I have these images, say I have this and I want to add them. I want to add them to my slider. I just select all of them, then drop like that. Allow it to load. Okay, as you can see, the images have been added to the slider. As I say, that is option 1. Option 2 is to go to add slide, then select image. If you have images in your library, or if you want to upload images, you just select, or you can still drag and drop images into this area. Or if you have images already added, you just select the images that you are interested in. Then you check and select to add them to your slider. But now that you have images, the next thing we are going to do is for us to just make some few adjustments to these images or to this slider for it to be more appealing. So we can save this and now start making adjustments to our slider. So there's a shortcode here. Shortcodes are normally used to add components to the pages. For example, you can create a paragraph in a page and add this shortcode to call this slider project. So we can copy this, or there's another option that we can use our Fusion Builder to add it, which I'll show you. Then the size of the slider. We want to limit it to slide width, so it can remain like that. So on the desktop it is off, tablet it is off, mobile phone it is off. If you want it to appear on either of these devices, you can still turn it on, no problem. Then how do we want our slider to appear? We want it to be boxed. We don't want a full width slider, because if we choose a full width slider and our layout is boxed, like in this case, then it will overflow the width of the page, which will not appear well. So we need to make it boxed. So that is that. We saved. We can save everything at the end. Next we go to controls. Do we want to use arrows, like the slide arrows? If you want to move to the, or navigation arrows, if you want to move to the next slider, for example, we can choose. If you don't want to use arrows, still well and good, you can turn it off. So this is also upon you to choose whether you want to use arrows or not. So that is how it will appear. Then the next thing is bullets. Bullets appear at the bottom of the slider, so that they are able to show you how many images are there, and whenever the slider moves to the next image, the bullet indicates which image is active. For example, if there are 6 images and the slider is on image 3, in the bullet section, bullet 3 will have a different color, or it will be activated to show you that the slider is on image 3. Then thumbnails will show you now images. These are tiny images of the exact images that are sliding or that are in the slider. So if you turn it on, we'll have images, tiny images appearing below the slider. So that is that. Then animations. This is how the effects that the slider will come with, or the sliding images will have. So how do we want the main animation to be? We can select one of these. It can fade, it can cross fade. We can choose horizontal reversed. Then we can set a duration in milliseconds. Then background animation is disabled here. We can choose to turn it on or off. So we escape to cancel that. The next thing is autoplay. Like, autoplay means the ability of our slider to automatically start sliding images once we launch the home page. So in this case, we want to turn it on so that the images can automatically start sliding once we launch the home page. Then stop on click. So these are just mouse actions. When you click, it can stop. Even when we can also choose to either enter or leave once you stop on mouse. Then stop on media. We can also turn it on or off. That one depends on our preferences. So we can also turn on a button to play, but because it has autoplay, we can just turn the button off. Optimize. These are changes you can also choose to use based on what you want to achieve. Then slides, you can choose to fill the background or blur and so on. So once we are satisfied with the settings we've done here, we can save our slider. Then mark the name of this slider. We called it my slider. So we go back to our home page, under pages, all pages. So we go to our home page, then edit. Can just close this. So in our home page, we don't want to use this slider, so we will remove it. We remove it. Then we are going to add a new slider. So in the search box, you just type slider, then you select Smart Slider 3. Then here we will select a slider. You can see our slider name was my slider, so just select this one, then insert into our page. As you can see, it is here. Then we can update our page updated. So let us refresh and see if it will appear or not. As you can see, it is here, but the bullets are appearing within the slider, so we have to change the position of these bullets so that they appear before the slider. So let us go back to our smart slider. Smart slider, go to the dashboard. Go to the dashboard, we select our slider, we edit. So we go to controls option. So the bullet position, we want it to be below the slider. So this is where we will place it. Then save changes. Then refresh. So as you can see, the bullets are now below the slider. And because we had 5 images, the slider is showing 5 bullets. Slider is showing 5 bullets. So as you can see, it is automatically sliding the images. It is automatically sliding the images. Okay. Now we are done with the home page. The next thing we are going to do is to create the contact page, the downloads page, and the photo gallery. So we go back to pages, then add new. Add new. So we are going to add a photo gallery here. We add a block. We just want to add a gallery here. Then we will add images from the media library to our gallery. Select all images that you want to appear in our gallery. Then you create new gallery and insert into your page. So we can leave it there and publish. It's just a simple gallery that shows our photos. Publish it. Okay, we are done publishing. The next thing we are going to do is to add another page for the downloads. We add another page. It's just a simple page for the downloads, so don't worry. So if you want to add downloads, we'll use file. So we just add, it can be any file, it can be a picture file, it can be a document, and so on. So like in this case, we can choose let us choose some few image files and one PDF file. Okay, we add one by one. So we have our download here. We can rename it. We can rename it to say download 1 because it's coming with the name of the file here. So say download 1, download file 1, download file 1. We can still add more. Can still add more from the media library. Can add another image file, then we call it download file 2. Can still add the last one, and say this logo is the file we are interested in. So we can call it download file 3. Then we can publish. So the changes are published. The last thing we are going to do is to add a contact form. So before we add a contact form, there is a contact here, a contact item here. If you don't have it in your WordPress, you can use a custom, or you can use a plugin to add a contact form. So just click on contact forms. Then as you can see, we have contact form here. We can edit it. This is the contact form we are going to use in our website. So it has a name, email, subject, message, then submit. If you want to add more items or controls, you can still add them in this area. Then the next thing is the mail setting. Where do you want the email to be sent? Because the visitor to your website will be making submissions through this particular contact form. So once they make submissions, the message will be received on your email, which you have to respond to. So we have to set the email address. Like in this case, the default email address is the one that was set in the site admin. And remember, I was telling you, you need to use a valid email address, because if you don't use a valid email address, then these emails will not get to you. So we can leave it here. Just ensure you set the correct email address so that you'll be receiving these messages through the contact forms that are submitted by your visitors. Then from it will choose site title. Then by default, it is this this email. This is the same email that we set for the admin. That will be the sender. Then subjects, as you can see, we have site title, so it will be selecting the title of your website. Then the subject that was entered, as you can see, subject is here, so the subject that was entered by the client. So this one, there's no need of changing. So reply to your email, let us see, your email is here, so it will reply to the email that was indicated here. Then message body, your name. So as you can see, the name is here, so it's picking these fields from here. The name is here, picking all these fields from the form. So that is how it is working. Then the messages, you can put custom messages here that will appear to the sender whenever either they successfully send the message or they fail to send the message. For example, if it is successful, then thank you for your message, it has been sent. If it failed to send, then there was an error trying to send your message, please try again. If there are any validation errors, still it gives you the messages, and so on and so on. So that is that. Once you are able to do these settings in the contact form, then you'll be ready to use it. You can save it. You'll be ready to use it in your form. So you can save it. Then we go back to pages. Then we create a page that will have this contact form. We create a new page that will have this contact form. So the title is Contact Us. The title is Contact Us. Then we add an item, and in this case it's a contact form. It is here. This contact form was added as a plugin. This contact form was added as a plugin. So if you have more than one contact form, you can select from the list. In this case, you only have one. so it is the default. So once we do that, we are done. We can just publish it. Then the last thing we are going to do is now to add the new pages to our menu. We are going to add the new pages to our menu. So you go back, then go to appearance, then menus. So as you can see, it's telling us the invalid menu items. These are the items that I removed. So let me remove them first, then we will add them together. So remove. So in the last video we were at this point. So I want us to add a new menu for media, which is a custom link because it has drop down items. Remember I told you, whenever you want to use drop down menus, you create a custom link as the main menu item, then we give it a name, then add it to our menu. After adding it to our menu, the next thing is for us to select now the pages. We select all the pages. Then which pages do we want to appear under media? We want photo gallery and downloads to appear under media. So we add them to our menu like that. But because they are menu items, let us rearrange. Because they are menu items, they are not main menus, we have to drag them inward slightly like that. Then the last thing is for us to add the contact us page. So this is where we are. So we add the contact us page, and this is the main. This is a main menu, so we leave it there. The next thing we are going to do is to add icons to our menus. For example, you can see there are icons behind these menus or menu items. So under home we had already added one. I'll just show you how to add. So you just expand this, and go to Avada menu options. Then if you want to add a home icon, just search home. So you can see this one is already selected. So I want us to add from media. About Us has an icon, so I want us to add from media, Avada. So just ensure you add an icon that is relevant to the menu item that you are using. Don't just add any icon, please let it make sense. So we are selecting this for the media, then we close, we expand contact or conductors, then Avada menu items, then conductors, we can use the symbol of a call or contact us. Just select contact, it is not appearing. You can search a phone symbol, say this one, then add. Then once we are satisfied, we can save our menu. Save our menu, then go back to first page, to our website, then refresh. So as you can see, the menu items have been added. Let us see if the items we added are working. So let us go to media, then check photo gallery. So you can see it is okay. Then downloads, as you can see, the files are showing. Let us see if it will allow us to download. Let us see. As you can see, it is now downloading. It has downloaded this, so it is working well. So download or generally media is okay. Let us see contact us. Contact us. Yes, we have a form here where we can fill. So you can just test it that way and see if it submits or what. There was an error trying to send your message. Please try again. Possibly because we don't have internet here, and also the email that we are using for the admin does not also exist. That's why it's not sending. But if we use the correct email and we are connected to the internet, then this form will be able to send images. So that is how it is. The last thing I want us to do is this. As you can see, this menu item is not fitting in this area. So I want us to expand the size of these drop down menus a bit so that this menu item is able to fit in this particular area. So we go back to our theme, then theme options. Theme options, then we go to menu, main menu. So I want us to change the size of the drop down menu. So there's this option here, main menu drop down width. So I want us to increase it to around 250. To around 250. Just there, and see how it appears. Refresh. Menu. As you can see, it is now fitting well. So whenever you face such a problem as the one that was appearing here, it's not necessarily a problem, but sometimes it is good for you to organize your things well. So that is how you change the settings of your main menu for it to be able to allow all items to fit. So basically, we have created a website. This is a simple website that is working very well for us. And remember, I told you, if you want to use any feature in your website and it is not provided in your theme, you can always use the plugins to add the features to your WordPress for you to be able to use them in your website. So basically, this is our website and it looks nice, simple and nice, which is good for us. So please follow through the steps, see if you are able to create your website. But before we finish, there is this item here. There is this sticky header. Remember, I told you the sticky header doesn't move. As you can see, the color of the sticky header is not showing properly. So we will need to also change it, because as you can see, the menu items are not visible in the sticky header, which may give the user some bit of headache. So we will go back to our theme options, then header, then header styling. So sticky header background color is going to change from white to the default color, the color that we've been using in our website, that is the dark blue shade. So we save, then we refresh here. So let us try to scroll our website and see. As you can see, now the sticky header is showing in the right colors and it is appearing very nice. Oh, lastly, oh, there are two items. There are two items that I want us to look at first before we now finish our website. There is the size of these fonts. There's the size of these fonts, which I also want us to increase because as they are appearing very small. Next thing is the search function. If you want to search anything within this website, suppose our website is too huge and we are not very sure where a specific item is. So there is this search function that allows us to search a specific file. For example, you want to search an item called location. Maybe it's a page. So just use this function search. As you can see, it is here. So just load it and there it is. So lastly, I'm going to show us how to increase the size of this font. There is this item called typography under our theme options. There is typography. So there's headers typography. This one enables you to set the fonts, all font aspects of your header. Then the body typography allows you to set all font options of your body. So in this case, I want us to increase the size of our body font, from 13 to 15, say. Then the font color, as you can see, it is not appearing very clearly, so I want us to set it to black. So it is 15 and black. Then save changes, then refresh. So as you can see, our font is now big enough and also visible enough. So this one makes our website appear very nice to the users. So up to there, I think we are done with our website. If you have any questions or any comments, please don't forget to write them in the comment section. And for those who haven't subscribed, please subscribe, like and share these videos. And lastly, please stay tuned for more videos. Thank you.